there are certain methods of psychological investigation. So if you want to extract data in psychology, there are four basic methods. The first is observation, second is research, third is survey, and fourth is case study. So the first method is observation. Observation is the method of investigation where you just kind of stay outside the experience and observe it from afar. It's like you may see 10 kids playing in the ground and you may observe their medium jumps, or you can say that the average giggles that the kids have during the whole play. And then but you are not kind of really going and blending in them and coercing them into playing this or playing that. Secondary, it is the field observation, but there is also a type of observation which is known as the uh, laboratory observation. Yeah, laboratory observation. So the laboratory observation has this point where they kind of go and they set a setting and let things happen. So they predetermine some things. For example, you're going to get this much area and you're going to get let's say this much time, and then you're going to play in it. But they are not kind of controlling the behavior. They are not actively participating in it. They are giving a frame and letting things happen inside it and then observing it, rather than kind of going and pushing everything to be in accord with their, let's just say, to be in accord with their, whatever you say, with their motive. Let's say their motive is really just observing and letting things happen. Second method is the experimental methods. The experimental method kind of is very much kind of controlling, in a way you can say. So there are two basic things that you must understand about the experimental method. There are independent and dependent variables. So the independent variable is a thing that is independent, that will affect other things rather than being affected. For example, you are taking either 6 hours of sleep or 8 hours of sleep. So the independent variable is 6 or 8 hours of sleep. You can alter it and it will have effects on your life. So let's just say you are having 8 hours of sleep and 6 hours of sleep, and then your memory is kind of measured. For 1 month you had 6 hours of consistent sleep time at from, let's say, from 11 to 5, and on another month you were sleeping from 11 to 7, and there were 2 data taken, there were 2 tests taken that kind of measured your cognitive ability. So yeah, that's what happens. There is a dependent variable, there is an independent variable. The independent variable alters the dependent variable. You can say that, of course. And then, but there are things. For example, you may kind of see that in a month there may be calorie deficit, and there may be screen time before things happen. Like before sleeping, the screen time does affect the sleep, and the quality of sleep is also a parameter which will kind of, it is also an independent variable that will alter the dependent variable. So what to be more precise, they have to make the conditions constant. For example, you know putting off phone 30 minutes before bed and eating just 300 calories as surplus. So these things make other variables that are undesirable, and that will kind of alter it. They take those variables out and then kind of eliminate them or replace them, or do any sort of thing in order to kind of just, yeah, in order to just get the grasp of it, to be more precise in their endeavor of research. The third method is the case study. The case study is just really using tools of psychology in order to kind of, yeah, extract data. For example, you can say, I will sit with you and I will ask you a few questions, and the few questions will be like, what do you do for hobby, and then I will infer something from it. What do you do for hobby? How much? How old are you? And everything and everything. So it's just creating a profile from given data, extracting data in personal settings, and then using that data on a parameter, and then deriving a judgment from it. It is very solo. It can be done on individuals, on human beings, on kind of anything, to be honest. But here in psychology, it's obviously done on human beings or some animals. Yeah, so this is the idea of case study. Then we've got the surveys. The surveys are kind of case studies on a mass scale. For example, the election poll. The election poll does have thousands and thousands of people, and then it will infer from that data that which party has more chances of winning this election. So yeah, these were the four main kind of things, four main ways of investigation of psychology. Yeah, thanks for watching.